All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the World of Wrestling Podcast. Here today to discuss about WWE Smackdown, January 2nd, 2026 review. I know this is kind of late, and of course, the show was not bad for its first 3 hours, but how long is this going to last is my question. I feel like this is, I think after next week's episode of the WWE Championship inside in the 3 Stages of Hell match, I think that this is going to be a complete and utter flop. The matches that occurred on this show, let's just go over the matches, get them over and done with. Had an 8-women tag team match with Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Rhea Ripley, and Io Sky against the Kabuki Warriors, Nia Jax, and Lash Legend. This is a rehash of what happened at Survivor Series inside War Games. The only thing excluding that is AJ Lee and Becky Lynch. What a joke. But the Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, and Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss all won the match. They were the winners of that match. Big deal. Kit Wilson faced Matt Cardona. He was first with the Titantron showing it as Zack Ryder, and then they changed it to Matt Cardona. I don't know if this was a fail, this was a botch, or this was done by design. Matt Cardona being in WWE, I mean, depending on what they do with him, if they put him in meaningful storylines and put him in an actual rivalry, in rivalries that mean something, I mean, fine. I'm cool with Matt Cardona being back. But if they got nothing for him, they just brought him back for nothing. Kit Wilson's whole deal is about toxic masculinity, pretty much going into the woke bullshit. Nor do I give a shit. I'd prefer the toxic masculinity as much as humanly possible, because I'll tell you what, people are way too fucking soft these days. So let's get more masculine and get less feminine. Let the women be the feminine, let the men be the masculine. Let's keep it that way, huh? I mean, the match itself was quick. Matt Cardona wins the match. Nothing special happened there. Nothing surprising either. Let's see, what else do we have for matches? We had Carmelo Hayes going up against Johnny Gargano for the United States Championship, and an open challenge. Yes, the open challenges for the U.S. Championship will continue through Carmelo Hayes. Dragunov asked if he was going to continue the whole thing. He said yes, he will. We need to have a heel win the U.S. Championship and end this fucking brigade of bullshit with the open challenges with the U.S. title. Okay, John Cena's gone. John Cena created the idea of the open challenges. Can we move on from this shit? It has no story. It has no purpose. It's fucking meaningless shit. Don't like it. Do we get good matches out of it? Yes, I will say that. But excluding the matches, where is the story getting involved to help elevate the person that holds the title? It's ridiculous. It's just a filler for a spot in the show, so they have a way of saying there was good work done on the show. Carmelo Hayes, of course, retains his championship in a fairly decent, good matchup. What other matches we had on here? The main event was an ambulance match with Priest versus Aleister Black. Obviously, Priest was going to win that match. I'm not surprised by that by any means. The Women's United States Championship match. Chelsea Green went up against Julia. Heel versus heel in this one. We got baby faces versus baby face. Does Triple H not grasp or understand the concept of story. You have a good guy versus a bad guy. That's how the shit has worked. That's where you build heat. You build care for the baby face and have the fans get behind that person. This company is absolutely fucking retarded. They have nobody in the mid-card division for the women's championship, for U.S. championship gold. This company is fucking demented. Straight up. As positive I'll say as Smackdown was, this company is off the fucking rails, completely gone off their rocker. Really, they are. When I get to the Raw review, which will come up after I upload this to the YouTube channel, I'm telling you guys, I'm going to have the biggest rant for Monday Night Raw's episode you have ever seen. So even though I'm praising WWE SmackDown show, this company as a whole sucks. Straight up. No fucking fan reaction to this match. No one gave a shit. No one cared. People are not showing up for these events either. I mean, this is absolutely absurd. This company is a joke. You're charging people an overinflated price. Most people can't even afford anything. To go see a wrestling event for a SmackDown or Raw show, you only spent a couple of $100. And they're for decent seats. For good seats, you're spending maybe $1,000 for the front row seats. Now, if you do that, it's like going to a fucking pay-per-view from back in the day, if not more expensive. These people are fucking retards. TKO is a bunch of idiots. I don't know what the hell they're smoking, but they suck dick. And I hope this company goes belly up. I really do. I can't fucking stand this company. I really can't. I cannot stand this fucking company anymore. Damian Priest, he faced Aleister Black in the main event for the ambulance match. That was the last match on the card. So let's go over the segments on the show. Because we kickstarted SmackDown with The Miz. Oh boy, The Miz. Like he's fucking blowing down the doors nowadays at his age in wrestling. Sure he is. He's a fucking laughingstock. You might as well call him the fucking Brooklyn Brawler with an upgraded scale look to him. He's a fucking jobber. He's a fucking joke. He doesn't even belong in this company anymore. He's so fucking washed up, it's pathetic. But he did say one thing in his promo. He's a fucking gatekeeper, which he is. Anyone that shows up, where do we go to? Oh, I know. The Miz. Hey, Miz, can you come over here? Sure. What do you want me to do? I want you to lay down for this fuckhead at the end of the match and lose. Okay, sure thing, pal. What the fuck? Miz used to be fucking great back in the 2008, 2009. He had tag team wrestling. He was teamed with fucking John Morrison. He was teamed with the Big Show. He was a double champion at one point with the United States Championship. He had an unbelievable... People were shocked when he won the WWE Championship. He got fucked royally in that John Cena match at WrestleMania 27. It got ruined because they had to fucking have two stories going on at once instead of just focusing on the one story that was going on, which was John Cena trying to go after the WWE Championship. And they did nothing with this. Miz never recovered from that. He was shit from that point on. He was a mid-card champion. He did well with the Intercontinental Championship at certain points. He had a great story in 2016 with Dolph Ziggler. And they just washed their hands of him. If he's that bad, why the fuck is he still doing in your company? Get rid of him. He's one less payment to make on a week-to-week basis. What the fuck's wrong with these people? But anyway. So The Miz goes ahead. He comes out. He's at ringside. He says that they are not moving on to 2026 He is sick of hearing Happy New Year. Miz gets in the ring and he says they are not moving on until he airs his problems of last year. Oh, fuck. When you had Stone Cold Steve Austin hijack a fucking Raw or Smackdown show, that's something you wanted to sit there and watch. This shit was fucking retarded. He says he asked for one match in John Cena's retirement tour, but never got it. He says he should have been the one to tap John Cena out. Whatever. I mean, Gunther is not the guy either, because what he did this past Monday night, yesterday, was a fucking joke. I'll get into that on the Raw review. Instead, Cena's smiling, riding in the sunset, and he is stuck in Buffalo. Why wouldn't John Cena be smiling? I'm sure John Cena went ahead and said to Triple H, whatever you want me to do, we'll do. He just went ahead, he tapped out, and the look on his face, I still can picture it. With that fucking smile, I was like, just please, get this shit over with. Thanks a lot. See you around. When he let go of him, you could see the smug look on John Cena's face. He was not happy with this fucking shit. I honestly do not believe John Cena wanted to tap out in any way, shape, or form. He looked like he was all snugged up in Gunther's arms and nothing happening. He didn't even sell that shit. When you're going to tap out, brother, you're going to be struggling to breathe and you're going to be scared out of your mind, and then you're going to tap out, and you're going to tap out fucking quick. That was just him saying, get this fucking shit over with. I'm done. See you later. Go fuck off. That's all that was. He didn't want nothing to do with that shit. That whole entire retirement run, John Cena's attitude was, I just want to get this over and done with and get the fuck out of here. I guarantee it. Only time we're going to see John Cena back in a WWE ring or on a WWE television show. And when I say back in the ring, I'm not talking about actually wrestling. I'm very aware he's not coming back. And as he shouldn't. Because I think the retirement tour was fucking watered down trash. I think what they did to him was shit. And he just went along with it because he's on his last year. He had one more time to do all this shit. He was willing to do more dates. And they just said, nah, don't worry about it. We'll just do these dates. That's all we need from you. And we'll see you when we see you on those dates. He's like, alright, fine by me. I'd have been the same way, man. This company has no fucking future. None. They're in so bad of shape when it comes to youth. It's pathetic. They are in the same situation WCW was in when WWE bought them the fuck out. They had no young talent on that roster that was ready to become main eventers and carry that company into the future. And WWE doesn't have that either. They're in the same position. Their average age is probably 45 fucking years old. If you were to add up and tally the age group of the people in this company, I guarantee you it'd probably be like about 45 years old, median age group. I looked something up today while I was working. You guys will not believe this. Not one person that was born in the 1990s has won a World or WWE Championship title at all. That is fucking pathetic. Straight up. I don't even think Cody Rhodes was born in the 1990s. He could have been, because, I mean, he ain't in his 40s. He's probably in his late 30s or something, maybe mid-30s. But let's see what his age is. He was born in 1985. So he's 40 years old. 40 years old, carrying a company on his fucking back. Pretty pathetic, man. Pretty fucking pathetic. I mean, I'm dumbfounded. Randy Orton, I think, is like 5 years older than him. And Orton even came out and said he has interest. Yeah, he's 5 years older than him. He's 45, born on April 1st, 1980. This company is a fucking joke. They have not found any replacements for these guys for when they're ready to retire. That's terrible. That really is. They're leaning on all these old fuckers to do this shit, and some of them are just not able to physically do what they used to do because of age. They can't help it. It's just, they have no control over that shit. Randy Orton, he showed up during this segment, RKO'd The Miz, and left. RKO'd him twice, excuse me. When the fans said, RKO him again. Why? Because they don't fucking care about The Miz. Nobody gives a shit. Get off my fucking television. Bye-bye. Thank you. And WWE knows that. That's why they did what they did here. There was no story. There was no nothing. There's nothing for The Miz. He doesn't belong on television. Just keep him backstage. Or just get rid of him. Nobody fucking cares about The Miz. I, myself, even though I praised him just a few moments ago when he was from the late 2000s and early 2010s, I'm over The Miz. I am fucking fed up with this guy being in this company and taking up time and space for other young talent. You'd have think they would have put Trick Williams on the beginning of this show with Sami Zayn, which was later on in the show, and just cut The Miz completely out of this fucking shit. I just don't understand this fucking company. Well, I kind of do. I think they just do this shit deliberate. Personally, I think that I think Triple H is probably on his way out. I don't know if he's on a contract with this company, with TKO, with his position. I'm assuming possibly there might be a contract that Triple H might be under with TKO. And maybe he's refusing to re-sign up with the WWE as creative director. Or maybe TKO doesn't want to re-sign him, so he knows he's on his way out. And he's just deliberately being a fucking asshole and giving us shit fucking product to work with here as a viewer. That's what I think is happening. I can't understand how TKO could be okay with this fucking garbage. These shows are fucking horrendous. A couple of months ago, I was saying, hey, some of these shows are actually pretty good. And then recently, since the fall, it's been fucking terrible. And some people will probably say I'm an idiot for even thinking any of these shows were remotely good in any facet or any point in time. And hey, if you got that opinion, all power to you. I understand. This company gives us nothing. I mean, I just found it to be watchable in certain aspects of the year last year, but I'm not going to deny anyone that really shits on it harder than me that this company's shit. This company is shit. Straight up, man. Anyway, after the RKO and him walking out of the ring, we cut backstage. There was nothing after that. Nothing happened. Not a fucking thing, by the way. We cut backstage and the Kabuki Warriors are together. In comes Nia Jax and Lash Legend. Nia and Lash tell them that they will help them win tonight, and after that, they can give them a title match. Yeah. Asuka says they will be happy to owe them a beating. On Monday, they will keep the titles, and after that, they can face them anytime. Asuka walks away, and Kairi Sane tells them they should be ready for the Kabuki Warriors, and she walks away. Yeah, okay. Back from commercial break, we see Randy Orton walking backstage, meeting up with Cody Rhodes. And Orton says, out of respect, now that he's back, going to the Saudis and kissing their ass because WWE sold their fucking soul and dignity to every fucking douchebag that's willing to pay a fucking dollar because they want to whore themselves out like a fucking cheap well, not really cheap, but expensive prostitutes because they have no fucking care in the world. Their fucking god is a dollar. He's kissing the Saudis' ass. I'm sure the Saudis are going to buy out WWE. That happens, I don't even think I'm watching WWE anymore. I'm fucking sick of this company as it is. Anyway, he says, out of respect, now that he's back, once Cody beats Drew McIntyre, he's coming for the title. He's coming for the title. What the fuck have you done to earn a title shot? You've been gone for 6 whole months since SummerSlam and you fucking lost that match. Are you kidding? Get the fuck out of here. You're getting a title shot. I got a better chance of being a fucking porno star than you fucking earning a title shot with what you've done lately. Get the fuck out of here. Orton walks away, and in comes Nick Aldis. Tells Cody that Drew's is here tonight, and they both know that Drew will try to get under his skin, but he can't let that happen. If Cody touches him before their match in Berlin, he will have to forfeit the title. Cody tells him he doesn't have to worry, that won't happen. They then go to the 8-women tag team match. I already covered that. I told you guys who won that match. Then after the match was over, we cut back to Nick Aldis and a new face who, if you watch other wrestling promotions besides this hunk of shit, like TNA, not saying TNA's a hunk of shit, I'm just saying WWE's the hunk of shit. But if you watch other wrestling promotions like TNA outside of WWE, you would know that you would know who Jordynne Grace is, and she was on the show this past Friday night. Boy, is it great to see her on fucking WWE programming for the women's division, because I'll tell you what, Smackdown really needs a fucking women's division, and I mean fucking fast, pronto, man. Every fucking NXT woman needs to go to Smackdown. Heavily. Jesus Christ. He tells her he wants her on Smackdown, and in comes Chelsea Green and Alba Fire. She tells him that it's too cold for her to go to the ring. What? She tells him that it's too cold for her to go to the ring. Aldis tells her that she is interrupting. Grace tells Aldis that her decision will be easy. Apparently, she wants to kick the shit out of Chelsea Green, and I do believe Chelsea Green and her have history in TNA at one point. So Chelsea Green tells Aldis that emotionally she cannot go to the ring and asks him if he has seen the ending of Stranger Things. Oh my god, they were fucking hyping up Stranger Things before Monday Night Raw even came on the air. I swear to God, Monday Night Raw, when I go over this, you guys are going to be on the fucking floor. I really, really am going to shit on this fucking Raw review. It was fucking horrendous. Aldis tells her that she can be a fighting champion or he can impeach her and strip her of the title. Chelsea doesn't like that and she storms off. Good for her. Kelt Wilson walks down to the ring. He says he's redefining masculinity by being a fucking loser. Because that's pretty much what he is. And he is in Buffalo and home of the most toxic sports fans in all of America. I honestly think they have a right to be very angry. I mean, 4 straight Super Bowls, 2 against my Dallas Cowboys in the 90s, by the way. Beating the shit out of them, may I add, in both of those games. I wouldn't blame them for being upset. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't blame them for being toxic about their fucking team. I would imagine Minnesota Vikings should even be more toxic and angry about their Minnesota Vikings than anyone else. Because shit, they did that in the fucking 70s, the late 70s, and they haven't seen a fucking Super Bowl since. And they were in 4 straight Super Bowls, and they lost. or they might have been in 2 in a back-to-back, and then 1 year, and then 2 years after that, they went to the Super Bowl 2 more times and lost. But yeah, both Minnesota and the fucking Buffalo Bills have a right to be angry. I mean, the fans anyway. The football players, I swear to Christ, if I was a athlete in the NFL, if I was a football player, there's 3 teams I would not go to. It would not be the Buffalo Bills. It would not be the fucking Minnesota Vikings. And it would not be the Cleveland Browns. Those teams are cursed as shit. You think Boston Red Sox were cursed. Holy shit. They at least broke that curse after fucking beating my Yankees 4 games straight after being down 3-0 in the series in the conference finals back in the day. Anyway, we already went over Kit Wilson and Matt Cardona, so I don't need to cover that. We go backstage and Kathy Kelly is with Damian Priest. He tells her that he has been going to war with Alistair for 6 months. Really? I wouldn't notice. I haven't been watching Smackdown on a regular basis either. That's why these Smackdown reviews are inconsistent. He says enough is enough, and one way or the other, this ends tonight. He tells Black for half a year, Black tried to change him and break him. He is not his creator. The only thing Black has done is wake something up that even his crazy mind wouldn't understand. He says he will stuff him in an ambulance and send him to the ER because tonight Black is going to fade to black. Wow. What amazing shit. The Wyatt 6 promo video airs. Uncle Howdy, as Bo Dallas, says that Solo mocks what he doesn't understand. He says his family is not made up of just them. Their family is filled with millions of fireflies around the world that will always remember. He tells Solo that it's time for them to chop down their family tree at the root. He says when the dust settles, they will be the ones. Nice touch. I like that promo. I think what they doing to Bo Dallas and the Wyatt 6 is just a fucking crying shame, man. They made them fucking unbelievable when they introduced them, and from that point on, they haven't done shit with this. This company doesn't do anything. They don't escalate, create layers to characters. They don't do shit. This creative team, whatever it is, whether it's the whole creative team or just Triple H himself, I don't give a fuck. Get rid of them. They suck at their job. Sami Zayn comes out. He says he hasn't been around the last couple of weeks. Feels good to be back. He said he got to do something recently that was pretty profound. He got to sit and enjoy the show like everyone else. He got to sit in the sun, and Zayn says it hit him in a way that he didn't expect. Zayn says they introduced Cena. The match starts, and his son turns to him and asks him why they call Cena the last scene 17. Zayn explains that it's because Cena won the title 17 times, and his son asks him, how many times have you won it? When your son can say that to you, and you ain't got an answer to it outside of saying, I haven't won anything? Boy, is that a fucking wake-up call or what? I do not understand what the fuck this company is doing. They had Sami Zayn worried about winning a world championship in the middle of the year in 2025 when Cena recently won the title at WrestleMania. He had a grand opening, a gold ticket for a challenge for the WWE Championship. And instead of challenging for the WWE title, which he insisted he wanted to do, he wanted to become a world champion, he passes that up so he can stay on Monday Night Raw and feud with Seth Rollins and The Vision. So much for that shit. He got moved over to SmackDown anyway. And what did he do? Did he venture out for a quest for the WWE title? No. He went after the United States Championship and beat Solo Sikoa for it. When I heard this shit, I said to myself, what the fuck is this creative team doing? His whole focal point for the entire year until he wins the title is chasing the WWE Championship. Or the world title if he was on Raw. No, they move him to SmackDown anyway. He doesn't get his WWE title opportunity, and he wins a secondary title, which is, I think he's won the United States Championship in the past. Like, what the fuck is this shit? So he's all in this United States title open challenge shit, giving him good matches throughout that period of time, loses it to Dragunov, and then he disappears. For months. For fucking months, bro. This is fucking crazy. Now he's expecting to go ahead and win the WWE Championship. His only chance, his only opportunity at this point in time is winning the fucking Royal Rumble or the Elimination Chamber. Now, granted, they could throw him into the Elimination Chamber. Him winning the Rumble, for fucking forget it. They go ahead and pass up Braun Breaker to win the Royal Rumble for Sami Zayn because they're in Saudi Arabia. This is the biggest fucking travesty I have ever seen in my fucking life. I don't give a fuck where this Royal Rumble's taking place. I don't care if the Royal Rumble's taking place on the fucking moon and they have to wear oxygen masks to fucking wrestle. I don't give a shit. If Braun Breaker ain't winning this Royal Rumble, I'm going to be pissed. I don't want to see Roman Reigns winning the Rumble. I don't want to see Sami Zayn winning the Rumble. Nobody deserves to win this fucking Rumble except for a young blood guy like Braun Breaker. And the World Championship match that he had last night should have never, and I mean never, happened. I'll get into further detail on that on Monday Night Raw review when we get to that. Anyway, Zayn explains that it's because Cena won the title 17 times, blah, blah, blah. Zayn had to tell him zero that he has not won any. And his son asked him why. Zayn says he didn't really have an answer, and he understands why it would be confusing for his son. So you're telling me you're going to go ahead and convince us, after all this time that's passed, this man has not been hunting for the World Championship. He settled for a secondary mid-card title. Now all of a sudden we're supposed to get behind him and go, rah, 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 yeah, Sami Zayn, win the Royal... No, bro. I said that earlier last year that Sami Zayn should win it at the Royal Rumble this year. And I would stand behind that if they actually stuck to the story. They didn't stick to the story. They decided to have him go on a side quest for U.S. Championship gold instead. And why? I don't fucking know. I think this company's inept. I don't think they know anything they're doing. They have no fucking plans for anything. They are fucking dumb as shit. Zayn ain't winning the Royal Rumble. I can just tell you that much. He's gonna fall short. Fucking idiots. I would say Sami Zayn would be the perfect guy to win the Royal Rumble if they actually had the story going on all the way through 2025, coming into 2026. If you would have had him challenge for a WWE Championship match against John Cena during his run as a heel, and he came up short, okay, fine. You don't need to have him beat John Cena. He just keeps on chasing and chasing and chasing. The same exact fucking story that Daniel Bryan had. You can't tell this same fucking story. This story's on and off, on and off. Daniel Bryan's story wasn't on and off to chase after the WWE Championship. It was consistent. He had a taste of holding the title, and it was taken away from him by, Randy Orton. He won it back at the Night of Champions. Then it was stripped of him the next day because it was done off of a shitty referee call. It was a fast count, apparently. And Triple H stripped him of the title and it was vacated. And then Randy Orton won it back in a rematch with him and Daniel Bryan. There was a consistency. And then when they went off of that consistency and Daniel Bryan didn't get his Royal Rumble win, what did the fans do? They flipped because Batista won. Because they weren't getting the consistent story that was there. That was Daniel Bryan becoming the World Heavyweight Champion. So they had to pivot back to Daniel Bryan and they turned it into a triple threat match with him facing Triple H since CM Punk was no longer there. So there you go. Whatever, man. This fucking company's retarded. And they're expecting people to stand behind this Sami Zayn chase for the fucking championship. Yeah, sure. Get the fuck out of here. Zayn says he didn't really have an answer, blah, blah, blah. I've already read all this. He says his son has watched him in the ring every week with Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, John Cena. They all have championships. Zayn says he has brought championships, but his son does not understand why the championship is missing. Why he hasn't won a world title. Zayn says he's not here to talk about it. He's here to do it. He says 2026 is here, and he is coming for the WWE Championship. Out comes Trick Williams. The fans chant, "Whip that trick." Trick Williams looked great. He looked phenomenal. He looked like a fucking superstar, unlike most of these fucking damn wrestlers. And no, he didn't look like a fucking buffoon like a Seth Rollins woke wannabe. Yeah, he did have the fucking, manly boot shoes going on. He had like minor heels, men boots type shit. But the man looked like a fucking rock star, bro. I mean, he looked awesome. His promo is fairly decent. And I think this should be Trick Williams' WrestleMania match. I think Trick Williams and Sami Zayn should have a falling out with each other during the Royal Rumble match. And they wrestle each other at WrestleMania. I think Sami Zayn should go over on Trick Williams to continue the story of leading towards him trying to chase for the WWE Championship. Maybe give him a WWE Championship match at possibly like a B-level pay-per-view and he comes up short, or do it at SummerSlam. And then he wins the Royal Rumble next year and then wins the WWE Championship in Saudi Arabia in his hometown. That is what I would do. They can still rectify what they did in 2025. Had they stuck with the story, I'd still say at this point, Sami Zayn should win. Fuck Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker could win the Elimination Chamber and win the world title that way. But they completely fucked Sami Zayn in their story because they quit the story. Like they do everything else. Might as well just quit like John Cena tapped out. Half-assed it too. Fucking jackasses. What a bunch of shit. Anyway. Trick says he can take off his coat, his shades, his lemon pepper steppers, and he is still 6'5", 250 pounds. In other words, Trick Williams is a grown-ass man. Oh, why? Because you're 6'5" and you weigh 250 pounds? Well, goody for fucking you! Some people can't be that tall and weigh that much. And that is what all this is trying to say. Okay? They need someone who can challenge for the championship. Trick tells him they are nothing alike. It won't take him 20 years to get an opportunity. He's not someone that will almost get the job done like Sami Zayn does. He gets the job done. They look at each other and Trick says he's done talking. Zayn says all this is right. The problem is Trick has yet to be humbled. He asks Trick if he is the first guy to look good, be good, go through the ropes, and say they will skip the line and be champion. He's not the first person to get in his face. Zayn says he has no problem teaching Trick a lesson and teaching him a thing or two about what it means to be humbled. And Zayn drops the microphone and leaves the ring. Goody. So next, Carmelo Hayes is backstage with Dragunov. He wishes him a happy new year. Dragunov says last week he wanted to fight the best of the best. And he says Hayes gave him that, and while the outcome is not what he expected, there is worse things in life than losing to him. But it wasn't a last time. Dragunov asks if he plans to continue the open challenge, and Hayes says yeah, he will. And then they plan to run it back. He will keep the lights on for him. Oh, God. Dragunov walks away, and Hayes says sees Miz. He asks Miz what's up. He tells him that this would not have been possible without him, and he thanks Miz for it. Miz is actually happy about the compliment and says thank you for coming to your senses, but then gives him the I fooled you treatment and says thanks him for finally leaving him alone because he has been better ever since. Can we please get Miz off fucking television? He's an absolute fucking joke. Nick Aldis is backstage with Rey Fenix. In comes Trick Williams, who tells Aldis that Zayn disrespected him. Fenix says Trick needs to learn respect. And Trick tells him that he is twice his size, and Aldis breaks it up. Aldis makes a match for next week that Rey Fenix will go up against Trick Williams. I don't understand why Trick Williams didn't just punch him in his fucking mouth. And then we booked the match for next week, and Nick Aldis tells him, "You're out for the day." I mean, technically that wouldn't bother Trick Williams in the least. So, I mean, I don't know, but they could have done something a little bit more, moving this along. This was so fucking stupid. Alright, went over the Carmelo Hayes Johnny Gargano hoop match for the U.S. title. I know we already stated who won the match. We cut to Tama Tonga backstage, and in comes Shinsuke Nakamura. He speaks to Tama in Japanese, and Tama replies in Japanese. Nakamura laughs and walks away, and Solo comes up to him, and Tama asks him if it's okay, if everything's alright, and Tama tells him it's just an old chapter in his life. He asks about the Wyatt Six, and Solo tells him he spoke to Aldis about them. He said next week it will be 4-on-4, and after that, we will take the tag team titles. Solo tells him the men are waiting and to leave Buffalo. Solo walks away, and Tama looks the other way, basically looking at Shinsuke Nakamura. Probably has something to do with some shit they said in Japanese. But, of course, we don't know what the fuck that is, because they don't give us a translation of it in the subtitles. They just leave us to guessing what the fuck they were talking about. Anyway, Aleister Black video package airs. He talks about Damian Priest and says that after tonight, Black will never be the same again. Zelina says tonight they will put the final nail in the coffin of Damian's delusions. Yeah, okay. We cut to Kathy Kelly, who is with Jade Cargill, and Kathy tells her that Mitchin suffered a injury at a WWE Live event in a match against Cargill. She tells Kathy that Mitchin stepped up and found out. In comes Jordan Grace, who says she is thinking about signing to Smackdown, and Cargill tells her that she is that bitch. Yeah. We throw the word bitch around quite a bit on this in this company. Grace tells her that she is Grace, and Cargill is definitely one of those. Like, as if to say, yes, I'm very aware you're an asshole. We cut to Sami Zayn and Cody Rhodes. He asks Zayn if he has seen Drew McIntyre. Zayn tells him that he hasn't. Cody tells Zayn that apparently everyone is being honest tonight. Zayn says he respects Cody and he likes him. But surely Cody has to understand where he comes from. So everybody's gunning for the WWE title because we're heading into the Royal Rumble. Oh boy. Then comes Nick Aldis, who asks them how they are doing. And Cody asks Aldis if he has seen Drew, and he says he hasn't yet. Cody says he is calm, but they have to handle this, and he's going to get in the ring, going to the ring right now. Get a video package of Omafemi still telling us he's coming. When's he coming? Who the fuck knows? Who the hell cares? They'll probably drop the ball on his fucking pathetic ass because they don't know what to do with this fucking talent because they can't elevate these fucking characters because creative absolutely fucking sucks besides looking for new talent to make into main eventers. So, fuck this company. Anyway, moving on. We get to Cody and the Damian Priest situation, or not Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre. So basically the rundown of this bullshit is that Cody says he's the face, he's the guy, he's the leader, he's the top dude in the company. Yada, yada, yada. Same old run-on bullshit. He's QB1. Oh boy. Yeah. You're leading this company straight in the fucking ground, Cody. You're doing a fantastic job. If only we could rewind the clock back and get some fucking creative to really control the fucking narrative of what's going on in this company, we might actually have a fucking good show. But, we can't have that because everyone's dick is up their ass. Man, back in the day, man, when Vince actually had fucking balls. There's something about this company that I'm starting to notice. Anybody that tries to get over on their own do not get pushed. Do you know how fucking pathetic that is? Vince used to walk around in about 2014, 2015, he was talking about this shit. Saying how, the locker room isn't as competitive as it once was and all this nonsense. I could probably guess why. Because even if they try to, they'll be stalled to being anything but a fucking afterthought in this company. That's why. Who the fuck's gonna compete with one another when if you try to get over in this company on your own, you get shit on for it? There's no competition. There's a fucking glass ceiling that you can't break through, and if you do, the company shoots you down for it. Oh, you're getting too high there. Gotta pull you back down to earth, pal. Get the fuck out of here, man. How the fuck do you expect a company to grow if you don't have competition and allow these guys to do what they're supposed to do, which is to sell us on who the fuck they are? No. We have to get you over in our way. It's our way, and if we don't get you over, well, then I guess it's just not working out for you. Could you imagine that kind of shit was happening with Stone Cold Steve Austin? Shawn Michaels and Triple H with DX would have failed miserably if they were held back. Did Vince McMahon like them imprompting shit? No, but it worked. And Vince McMahon swallowed his pride and went along with it because it was working. It may have not been what he planned or what he was planning, like it was his design, but shit, it was actually working at that point in time. And yeah, I'm probably leaning towards the idea, the reason why he was okay with going with it, even though he didn't want to, and it wasn't his idea to begin with, is because fucking drowning from WCW. But even after that, in the 2000s, early 2000s, we had guys that went ahead and tried to get themselves over. John Cena has explained his story in his early days, where if he wouldn't have done that, he would have failed. He'd have been fired. Vince did not like the rap gimmick of John Cena. But he gave him a shot, saw how it worked out well, he let him do it. He liked it because the fans liked it. That's the way you conduct business. That's how you get the fuck over. That's how you elevate people in your company. LA Knight, he's fucking grand. He's a fucking amazing talent. When he was in TNA, I said this guy was going to be great. He should have been the fucking face of the company. They just couldn't hold on to him. They couldn't pay him what he was wanting. They were drowning. That's the reason why they lost him. Pretty much, and that's why they're losing people now. Well, that's because they're in a budding relationship, a business relationship with WWE. So now they're a fucking feeding system to the WWE, so they don't have to fucking actually create talent anymore. TNA can create the talent, and they get all the goods from it. A bunch of shit. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, getting to this bullshit. Cody goes ahead. Man, this fucking review is longer than what I was expecting it to be. Cody goes ahead. He sits there. He explains he's the QB1, blah, 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 blah. Same old rhetoric he's been saying for like months on end, for the entire year, really, since he's been WWE champion. Actually, the last 2 years. But anyway. Drew McIntyre, who should be a WWE champion, was treated more with respect by Vince McMahon of all people. Gave him fucking reign with the WWE title during the fucking pandemic. At least he got to run with a title at some point in time in his fucking career. Pretty much says, I walked into your family's tour bus. Well, your family weren't there. I went ahead and decided to snooze into your prized possessions and found your picture of your dad and you. An old picture back when like 2007. They could easily fucking find on Google and print it out for yourself and picture frame it your own self if you wanted to. I don't know if I want to do that. It's kind of weird. But seriously, like, he goes ahead. My question is this. I've heard other people's reviews on this. Nobody's come up with this statement. Where's the logic? How the hell did he get into the tour bus? Doesn't the tour bus get locked up by Cody Rhodes when he's not there? He locks the tour bus up when he's not in there. Closes up, gets into the arena. Starts doing the show and all that shit. Isn't that what he's supposed to do? It's like his own personal mobile home, pretty much. He breaks into his fucking tour bus. That's a fucking trespassing, breaking and entering. Stealing things. This is illegal shit they're doing. You had Cody Rhodes attacking him in a fucking car. Brutally attacking him. That's assault and battery. You have fucking Drew McIntyre going in his tour bus and beating the tar out of Cody. He has a massive scar over his fucking eyebrow. Not that he didn't get one from AEW's world title match he had with Jericho back in 2019. Like, come on. This is fucking ridiculous. I can't get this shit. So, he pretty much goes ahead and shits on him, talks about how his dad's looking up at him, how proud of a champion he is, but telling Cody that your father's still in hell, pal. And I meant that. Excuse me. And I meant that. Like, what the fuck? So Cody goes backstage. He's getting pissed. He smashes the picture frame of him and his dad. Somehow Drew McIntyre manages to figure out a way to avoid from encountering Cody Rhodes when Cody Rhodes is running backstage to go towards him. He manages to find a way to go around him without him even knowing, without seeing him, and gets into the arena inside the ring with a fucking trash can in the middle of the ring. Like, hey, it's magic, What the fuck? That was illogical too. Then you have Drew McIntyre burning the fucking picture. And he almost burned his finger, by the way. He tried to hold the fucking picture as long as he could, and he almost burns his finger off. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? He almost burns his finger. When you see the fire getting close to his finger, he finally drops it in the fucking garbage can. You start seeing smoke coming out of the garbage can, and you got the fucking backstage authority figures holding Cody back because they don't want him attacking Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre's begging him to fucking beat the shit so he can win it, so he can be stripped of the fucking title. Like, what the fuck? And who's to say that he's stripped of the title and Drew McIntyre is gonna win the fucking belt anyway? They just have him strip, vacate it, and compete over the title, and Cody would just have another reign under his belt. Like, what the fuck is this shit? They're trying to reenact the fucking... It reminded me of Stone Cold Steve Austin and Mike Tyson in the ring, or Stone Cold and Vince McMahon. Like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Like, give me a fucking break. Cody's like, let me at him, I wanna kill him, what the fuck is wrong? Do you not realize he's trying to get under your skin? I'm sure you could find another way of getting a copy of you and your dad. I'm sure that's not the only picture you got of you and your dad. Give me a fucking break, bro. What the fuck is this shit? I mean, did I feel the intensity coming out of it? Yeah, it was good. I will give them that. Holy shit. Wow. But yeah. Drew also goes over the matches. I forgot to even mention that. Because the idiocy of this whole entire segment was just fucking flabbergasting. Astonishing how the hell the man managed to wiggle his way around without being caught by Cody backstage, getting towards the ring while he's chasing after him backstage. God almighty, this fucking company's retarded. Anyway, he goes over the matches. He says, we're going to do a regular match for the first match of 3 stages of hell. Then we're going to have a Falls Count Anywhere hardcore match. Okay. And then the main course, if it gets to a third match, which it will be a steel cage match. A steel cage match. I don't know, folks, but if I was them and I had 3 stages of hell, the keyword hell, and what they've been doing for I don't know, since September? This has been going on since September, this shit. You would think, and I mean you would think, they've competed inside of a steel cage called War Games. You would think that this match, the final match in the 3 stages of hell, would be Hell in the Cell. That's the match I would have booked for a Smackdown show. See, that would have gotten people really interested in watching this shit because it's very, very rare you see a match like that on free television. And fucking Berlin would go nuts for that. And you go all out for that match, too. You literally have them beat the fucking shit out of each other and make each other bleed. But did we go with that? 3 stages of hell, we have the final match. The final fall. Be inside a steel cage. Wow. Amazing stuff, folks. Amazing stuff. First match is a fucking regular match. I know who's winning that. That's Drew McIntyre. He's winning the regular match, and then Cody's going to win back-to-back falls in those other 2 matches. That's how this shit's going to go down. This is shit. Straight up. Anyway, I already went over the Julia Chelsea Green U.S. Championship match that no one cared about. Kathy Kelly's backstage with Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. Rhea tells her that they have waited a long time to get their hands on the Kabuki Warriors. The titles will be coming home with them, and Io says and they will finally be champions together. When the fuck is this inevitable win that Rhea Ripley needs over Io Sky in singles competition ever going to occur? Is she just dummying up to Io Sky so she doesn't have to ever face her one-on-one again? Because she's scared shitless that she can't beat her? Who's half her fucking size? Get the fuck out of here! What the fuck? Titles will be coming home, and Io says that, and they will finally be champions together. In come Flair and Bliss. Rhea tells them that they want to be champions again, and after they get the titles, they are next in line. Bliss says they know the Kabukis can be sneaky, and she wishes them good luck. Rhea looks at Io and asks if they mean it, and Flair says they are next in line, and Rhea says if they want seconds, it'll be their play and their pain. Oh, good. Back from commercial break, Johnny Gargano with Candice LeRae. In comes Fraxium, Nathan Frazier, and Axiom. They tell him that it's a new year. Maybe he can take it as a sign to move on and grow up. He tells him to give him back his mask. We're fighting over a fucking mask, folks. This is ridiculous. Tommaso Ciampa, God bless you. Wish you good luck in your future endeavors. Hope you find a new home and you get away from this crappy fucking professional wrestling company known as WWE. They suck. Gargano tells him that mask is a gift from his wife. He gives the mask to Candice. They tell them that's low and they argue. Axiom says he will ask Nick Aldis for a match. Everybody's asking for a match. And when he beats Gargano, he'll take the mask back. Oh goody, oh goody. Who the fuck cares about a fucking missing mask, which Axiom already has one on his fucking head? What the fuck is this shit? And the show was actually good, folks. I actually thought the show was good, but some of this shit was fucking illogical. God almighty, this fucking company's retarded. Damian Priest, Aleister Black. This was a good match. Very good match to end the show. They did some spots here that was dangerous as shit. And Aleister Black took most of the bumps in this match when it came to the serious bumps in this matchup. But yeah, Damian Priest wins, the match ends, and the show goes off the air with him celebrating as he drives away in the ambulance. And that's it. So that's your show. Smackdown was not bad for 3 hours. Doubt it will stay that way for the next, after the Berlin WWE title match. Who the fuck knows if that's going to be any good? It'll probably be shit on the second show. I would count on nothing. When it comes to Triple H and WWE creative, forget it. This show's fucking shit. It's barn burner of garbage, and it continues to get worse each and every year, and I can't wait for it to fucking disappear off my damn television set. Now, at this time, if you enjoyed this review after all this fucking time, which I was not expecting to be this long, please go ahead, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to the channel, and leave a comment down below. I'll definitely get back to on that. I'll be back again with the Raw review after this video is up, but in the meantime, enjoy your night, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye.